Hello and welcome to Breaking Late. I'm your host, Michael, and with me is JD. How are you, mate?
Not too bad. How about yourself, mate? How'd you pull up after the night's festivities and Nico's win?
Oh, I didn't celebrate as hard as he did. I think as soon as the race finished, I was like, good night. Turned the computer off and went to bed. It was about 12:30, 1:15 by the time I finished watching everything.
Yeah, I watched on a little bit longer. It was a bit after 1 when I went to bed, but no, congratulations to our new Formula One world champion.
Yes.
Nico Rosberg. Great job. Clean season. Did everything he needed to do. Last 4 races he drove within himself, I think, as well, just to make sure he got there.
Oh, there's a lot of talk out now, and we'll jump straight into this, with all the British media talking about Hamilton and be like, oh, well, he won the last 4 races. I'm like, doesn't care. The season's 21 races long. Nico performed the best over those full 21. You don't have to win every race to win your world championship, and Nico showed us that.
Very much so, mate. I can't agree more. To be honest, I'm getting sick of the British media bringing up engine failures and stuff like that. Give Nico his due. He's world champion. He's earned it. He did nothing wrong this year. Engine problems with Lewis, that's not Nico's problem. No. Nico has no influence on that. That's just bad luck for Lewis. And it's happened...
Because if Nico did have an influence, like, Hamilton would have more engine problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this race wouldn't have gone down to, like, the last lap.
This is true. Going back to last year, Nico had 4 engine/gearbox failures in the year. Obviously, Hamilton won the championship. He won it a bit earlier than Nico. But these are the sort of things that happen in racing. You just can't predict this stuff. Nico had a clean year. He did everything he needed to do like a good champion does. And he's got the cup on the end of it and done a great job.
Well, he's a very happy man. I was actually looking at the past Mercedes World Championship drivers. Have you noticed all of them have won them in 2s except for Nico?
There you go.
So they won 2. I think they won 54, 55. And then you had Hamilton 13, 14, 15. Now you got Rosberg 16 and 17, maybe?
Maybe.
You never know. I wouldn't object to Rosberg winning again next year.
It'll be... I've actually been thinking about it a lot. There's a lot of weight getting put on Red Bull. Everyone thinks Red Bull's going to be the contender next year against Mercedes.
Do you think they're going to do it?
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I don't even think the drivers really know, to be honest.
No, I don't think they will. I
think Daniel and Verstappen are in a great place. Adrian Newey's probably one of the best engineers for aero in the field.
Oh, hands down.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that someone's not going to come up with a great idea somewhere else like Ferrari or Mercedes. Mercedes has the most engineers. They have the most staff. They have the most money.
Biggest budget, yep.
You
expect that now.
I would be very surprised if Mercedes aren't up the front of the field again.
Oh, I don't expect the Mercedes to drop off. I think Mercedes is still going to be there, but it's going to be who comes up to join the party.
Yeah, I agree. I hope, my fingers crossed, we can have a 3 or 4-way battle next year.
And this is something about the race last night was with, Hamilton potting around 9 seconds below his pole position time. How good was it having the top 4 cars all in the same shot on like the last 5 laps? It was
a bit more exciting than normal, wasn't it?
It'd just be good if that was Hamilton's top speed in general, and then, if that was as fast as the Mercedes went.
Yeah, it would. It'd bring, I think we'd have a few more viewers of F1 races again. Yes. It's something, hopefully next year with the regulation changes, that we're going to see some closer battles between teams and stuff like that. Traditionally, with regulation changes, they can sometimes blow out the opposite way. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next year.
I just have no idea how the cars are going to go, but I just want to jump back on to the end of the race. Like, we got to say a big goodbye to Massa and Button.
Yeah, it was. It's sad to see them both go, actually. Both of them have been in Formula One for a long time.
Very long time.
And, yeah, they're going to be sorely missed, so...
So, well, Massa's getting a parting gift from Williams.
And what a gift at that.
Yeah. Do you think Jenson Button wants a gift, or he does, if, Honda offer him a gift the same as Massa, Button might be like, keep it.
I don't know. I think one thing I thought I took away from the weekend, I don't know if you've seen the pre-race stuff, but the send-off that Honda McLaren gave JB was amazing.
That was good. And did you see Little Massa waving out Big Massa?
It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It was good.
It's very hard for both of those drivers to concentrate on the race, I think, because it was very emotional just before they got in the car. And obviously Massa, as he's leaving the garage, I seen him take a big pause there. And
I don't think he knew.
Suck it all in. No, I don't think so either.
He didn't know that his son was going to wave him out. And it was good to see little Felipe there in his little gear, waving out his dad.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment.
And Massa did make it to the end of the race and got to do some skids.
He got points.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good way to finish. Sorry.
Points mean prizes.
And I did like the interview Jensen did mid-race where he's saying, everyone's coming up to him and saying, oh, I'm so sorry about how, feel sorry for you for how this race has ended or this season that you should have been up there more. He's like, nah, he's enjoyed his time in Formula One. He knows his time's done.
You got to take it as a package, and I think JB's good at that.
Has he retired? I read somewhere, or there was all over the news like Thursday or Friday that, it's a cryptic message that JB's basically come out and said he's not racing 2018.
Yes. Even though he announced... didn't announce as such. When he did his press conference stuff at Abu Dhabi, he basically come out and said, look, I don't see myself coming back anymore. This isn't really a sabbatical. I'm retiring from F1. Treat me as if I'm retiring.
Yep.
So for the media and everything, it was sort of just, get your questions in now. Give me everything, like as if I'm retiring, because I don't think I'm going to be back. He was actually talking a lot about going and doing rallycross and stuff like that, stuff that he enjoys, and his father used to race and stuff like that. So
see Jensen doing some rallycross, that'd be good.
Oh yeah, he was right into it. He was talking to Anthony Davison.
Anthony Davison. Yep.
He was talking to him, and Anthony was interviewing him because he's obviously a Sky presenter. Yeah. Yep. So he was interviewing him, and he said, "You should come race with me. I want to race with you." So maybe. He could go into some world endurance as well.
Well, talking about some should come race with me, with Webber's goodbye.
Yes, mate.
Did you see what Alonso had to say?
No, I didn't.
He come out and said something along the lines of, you've left the World Endurance Championship before I got there, and I really wanted... It was along the lines like, you left before I was coming and knew I was coming.
Yeah.
So now there's the whole rumor mill has jumped on Alonso's going to Porsche.
There you go.
We can't confirm that, and I'm standing over in the speculation corner.
Speculation corner, yeah.
Yep.
You got your tin hat on?
Mate, I'll speculate all day. It's the end of the season. We've got 3-4 months of nothing but speculation right now.
Yes, it's very true.
So Alonso's going to finish up next year and then move to Porsche. That's my speculation.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Next year's a big year for Alonso. If the car's not where he wants it and he doesn't get an offer for a car where he wants to be in the field, I think you're 100% right. He'll be gone.
I just think his days are numbered in Formula One. We can be honest like that. He's definitely gone. Everyone thinks he's still the greatest driver out there, but
even Alonso doesn't rate himself
not.
anymore.
He's not up there anymore. He's quite old. He's like 30. Quite old.
36 or 33 or something.
Ancient.
Yeah.
He's probably got kids who have kids who are just thinking about having kids. Like 36, that's miles away. He's past his prime in Formula One, and he really doesn't have too many years of him being at his prime in racing in general. He's probably got
I still think he's one of the best drivers out there.
Yeah, but do you think if he
5 or 10
keeps getting these rubbish cars that he'll go, screw it, I'm going to go to World Endurance Championship and race a race-winning car there?
I agree with you 100%. That's the point, isn't it? It's if McLaren aren't on point next year and no one offers him a car like a Red Bull, a Ferrari, or a Mercedes,
because he doesn't need to prove himself. He's proved himself.
Yeah,
everyone already rates him like so.
He's two-time world champion. Like, yeah,
so
he'll be gone.
If you're not going to give him a competitive Formula One car, he's just going to go somewhere else. He wants to race.
Why not?
I would have loved to see him race with Webber. I wanted to see him partner up.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I understand Webber, what he was saying when he come out and announced his retirement, that he kind of didn't want to be out there anymore. And
Yeah, he lost the enjoyment out of everything. And
yeah,
he did say one thing he's looking forward to is not having to do the whole media circus. And
it's something he's
all
always struggled with, actually, is the media.
then he goes out and does the interviews and stuff like that anyway. He does a bit of media.
He does, but that's being a part of those that he would be getting paid a lot extra because he's at a high level. He's recognizable. People want to interview him, and he's going to be getting paid accordingly for that. Whether he enjoys that or not, I don't think so. I think that's just a part of the job that he thinks he has to do. It's like practice. You know, no one wants to go out there and practice all day. They want to race and qualify, but you got to practice to get that car set up, get the tire wear down, all these sorts of things. So you got to put in the footwork, and unfortunately, interviews and media.
It is all part of. It's part of the job now.
Yeah, of course it is. People are paying you millions of dollars a year to be out there and be a spokesperson for their product. Never mind, racing really is secondary to advertising.
Oh, advertising is what drives racing now.
Well, it does.
They're mobile billboards.
Yeah, you can't fund a race team without advertising.
No.
So, unless you're a billionaire.
And then you struggle. Become a millionaire.
And then you become a millionaire, yes. What was the old saying? How do you become a millionaire and racing?
Start out as a billionaire.
Yeah.
For those of you playing at home, this is the second time JD's told the joke in this podcast.
There you go.
Alonso, one more season, then he's gone. That's our speculation corner.
I don't know. I'm not going to put it out there yet.
I will.
You can.
I will. I won't put anything in writing.
I reckon it depends on how the car is next year for me.
Talking about speculation, this is not even speculation. Hamilton was going to quit.
Yeah.
It's come out.
Rumours have just sourced
Sky F1's going.
Ted Kravitz come out.
Sacked.
Yeah.
So, clear the air for me, mate. What's going on?
Oh, there was rumours come out basically after Spain, the incident between Nico and Lewis drove Lewis to the point where he come out
spat
the dummy after the race and said to Toto and Paddy, goodbye, I'm gone, I'm quitting, and put them in a bit of a moment. So that's when they went out mad rush because they weren't going to field Pascal for the test day. The
testing where all of a sudden Hamilton was scrapped from it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they had Pascal out there doing the testing. So they managed to talk Lewis down, obviously, and he's signed a new deal and yada, yada, yada. He's going to be there for a bit longer. New rumours out today, but, well, just breaking, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't know too much about it. They're only just when we're recording now.
Yeah, so they've just come out in the last half an hour since we started, before we recorded. Rumours are flying around that he could be getting either suspended, Mercedes might suspend him, or he might get fired. Both, I think, are complete and utter bullshit.
I think if he's going to get suspended, it'll be over the winter break.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's going to be his internal suspension. He hasn't broken any rules. Like, the FIA aren't looking into anything of this.
No, this is all Mercedes for disobeying team orders. I don't see them doing much about it. I'd say stuff will happen behind closed doors, but I don't think we'll ever really find out.
I mean, I know that, Hamilton was under a lot of pressure today. He was going into a race that he couldn't win. Oh, he could win, but he couldn't really win the championship.
He did everything in his power to try and make it possible. He got to first, then he backed Nico up into the pack and hoped that someone might take him out or pass him. Look, that's his that's his deal. If he wants to do it that way, that's fine. I don't see Nico doing the same thing to him.
No, well, Nico let him pass in Monaco.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of the drivers actually doing the same thing. So
the fact that Mercedes had a contingency plan out and announced it publicly that, like, if you slow the pack down, we will undercut you.
Yeah.
The problem with that,
after your last pit stop, how do you undercut someone?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, well, screw you.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said that during the race, like before the race.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they'll give him a fine.
It's a storm in a teacup now.
Yeah, I think they'll give him a fine of some sort, but we'll never really find out about any of it.
Because really, I think during the race, Rosberg would have been fuming under his helmet.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how good he was.
Cares.
Yeah, I can't believe how good he was when he got out of the car.
'Cause he
Lewis
won.
went up to hug him. I would have pushed him. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, I can see that, but Rosberg just he was
He's the world
spinning a little
champion.
bit just then. He was just did some good donuts, nice tight donuts.
Yeah, he did do a good job, actually. When he was rolling around, I'm like, he's not going to do a skid. He's
Yeah,
not going to do a skid.
Everyone
and
else is doing skids. I think Massa did a skid and Vettel did a skid.
Yeah.
And I love Brundle's comments. Yeah, well, he definitely doesn't need this engine and gearbox anymore.
Yeah.
Doing the skid.
He's
I'm
like, if he's not careful, he'll be underweight.
I'm like, are they really going to go after that? You're like, yeah, right, of course I'm underweight. But you scrape that rubber up off the track. Find those thick black lines doing circle work.
Yeah.
He did a little bit of a Vettel too. He jumped off, kissed the front of the car. Didn't bow to it.
Yeah.
It didn't have the same ring. I know it was very imitating Vettel in India, but I don't know. When Vettel claimed his championship in India and he did the whole bowing to the ball thing, it made a bit more sense in India because of the whole cattle religious thing.
Oh, I never even thought of that, actually.
Didn't
Now,
you?
Now you pointed that out. Yeah, I
Oh,
never
no,
even took that
it-
into account. I just thought that was, if you ever watched, well, obviously everyone's watched it if they're into F1, but when Vettel was racing for Red Bull, every time he won, he'd get out and stroke the bull
Yeah.
on the back of the
He would
car
stroke it.
and say thank you and hug the car and stuff like that. So I just think that's how he is. I think he worshipped the cars that they were giving him. They were just at such a high level. So
Oh, maybe I'm reading too much into it,
well,
but I
no,
quite
you
like
could be
the,
quite right.
I quite
I never
like
even
the
thought of
display
it.
of it. Of
Yeah.
him, bowing down to the ball in India, except his Mercedes, his Rosberg bowing down to the 3-point star?
Yeah.
But either way, fantastic car. Really, the Mercedes, was it the
Best-
W7? WA7?
I'm
That's
not
what they're
sure, to
running
be
now?
honest, mate.
Fantastic.
One of the best cars ever
Fantastic
built.
Formula One car.
Yep. Well balanced, best engine.
Looks good, though. I really do like the silver and I'm a
The-
Red Bull person.
The silver and whatever type of green that is, the Petronas green.
Yeah, but it's a very nice looking car, and I did see a few ads thanking Rosberg the day before, like, congratulations, Ros. It was a German newspaper ad I seen. Someone posted it online going, they've jumped the gun. And it's someone thanking and congratulating Nico on this world championship win on
A little bit
Saturday.
too soon.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be awkward if it doesn't happen. Then there was that point there with Rosberg and Max. I know we touched on this a little bit earlier, but that was some white knuckle TV there.
Yeah, I thought they were going to make contact, but Max was very good.
I got up and started yelling at my computer and was like, Max, if you touch this child, I am going to disown you, and I'll write a heavily worded letter to you
telling
telling you how
unhappy-
mad I am that you would go and ruin Rosberg's championship like that, where you're going for fourth. No
As-
one remembers who comes fourth in a championship.
Has Max matured a lot? In my eyes, he has.
He
in
has.
the last few races.
Yeah.
He copped a lot of flack when he first went to Red Bull. He was being a little bit over-aggressive, and I don't think he would have won a championship with how he was driving. The cars are too good these days. Like, they're too reliable, so
I
can't
don't
win a
think
championship by
Max
going
can
flat
win
out.
the championship in his current style.
He's a riskier driver.
He's too risky. I think at the moment, Ricardo can do a sneaky.
Mm.
I reckon Ricardo can sneak his way up there to be in very strong contention without taking away too many victories. I
Yeah.
think Ricardo has the potential to do what Rosberg did. He might not
Ricardo's
win.
very good at just getting podiums all the time.
Yeah,
Being best of the rest when Mercedes have been there.
I really think Ricardo is someone to look out for. I think he's definitely matured a bit more.
I don't think he gets given the credit he probably should either. I'm getting sick of watching. Like, Max did a great job in Brazil in the wet. He really did.
Can't take that away from him.
But I think there's a little bit of credit needs to be shown in some of the other places as well. So it'll be interesting next year to see what the outcome is, actually. I can't wait for it. It annoys me that it doesn't start till next year.
I
I want it
know.
to start next week.
I know, I do, and I was thinking, are we this is a bit early to start discussing it, but are we going to release an episode before the first race?
Well, I was thinking actually myself this afternoon, like we should do like a Christmassy time one, maybe just a short episode that just recaps any news that's come out.
Yeah.
And speculate on next year. And then maybe after winter testing, I think we should definitely do an episode.
All right. So you don't even have to wait until the start of the season to get another episode of your favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Breaking Late will be back out for season 2 early.
Hopefully.
Wow. All right. Let's finish this season. We haven't even got to the end of this season yet.
Okay. My pick-outs of the season probably would be Force India.
Yep.
They've done an amazing job.
Fourth. They finished fourth in the championship. First time they've done that.
They're batting way above where they should. Williams, bit of a letdown for them. They've underperformed, even in their own words. They've underperformed this year.
They know that.
It's been a bad year for them.
I think the biggest heartbreak this year is Manor.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing.
Manor. They had so long going, fuck you, Sabah. We are going to finish higher than you. And then just
$30 million
just
to Manor is a huge amount of money too. It's not a small amount of money.
No, well, they're now looking like getting bought out, or another investing group is going to buy a majority share.
There you go. I didn't even hear about this bit.
So they are struggling. It's the thing about these back market teams is they just...
Well, realistically,
it's
I know we've talked about it before, but these teams are always going to struggle with the point system we have.
Yeah. The point system doesn't reward new teams.
It doesn't reward you unless you come 10th or above.
Haas did very good.
Haas did amazing this year for their first year.
But then again, I
if
think
they
bought too much
problems,
Ferrari at the start. They just haven't developed.
Pissed a lot of people off because it made people with the smaller budgets angry because they weren't developing their own parts, and they were. And
wasn't that a one-off year? Like next year, they got to do all their own work.
Gene Haas, there's no laws against it. So Gene Haas come out and said, we'll buy everything Ferrari that we can.
It's no different than V8's buying a 888 car. I know the whole idea is, you develop your own.
Formula One's a bit different, but because Formula One's trying to design the pinnacle of technology.
Yeah.
Where V8's isn't.
To be honest, I don't care if they buy the Ferrari or not. If
it
we
means
need
more
to get more
closer,
teams on it,
I think it's great. Yeah. I think customer cars isn't even a bad idea. Go back to the 70s and that. We had 30 or 40 cars on a grid.
Oh, that was so good.
Because teams like McLaren that would sell chassis and, and you had all these other teams. It was a lot more affordable.
It's one thing that I miss from the supercars that you don't have anymore. Privateers.
Yeah, 30 car fields.
Yeah. Big fields.
I can't wait for Bathurst next year with this Dunlop series. We're all over the place tonight, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter.
But with the Dunlop series being a non-points round and people being able to put their entries into the main game as wildcards, that is going to be cool.
It should be good. I really hope a lot of the Dunlop people get behind it.
Yes,
but I just think it can be in a very expensive gamble.
Oh, it's like a 250k race versus a 1000k race.
And some of these guys struggle still just on the 250k race. But we'll see how that goes. I really do hope it brings back to the big field, and I just hope they're not.
At least I hope it makes it so that people can hire the cars for the race. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Back on Formula One.
Yep.
I think Raikkonen's done a great job this year.
Outshone Vettel,
especially after about the mid-season. They must have got the car balance really good for him, and he just seemed to fit that car really well. I
was thinking about it because I remember the other week I was saying that, only 2 more years left in Raikkonen, and I don't know. I think if he keeps doing this, then I don't think there's anyone better to replace him with at the moment. So why would Ferrari even think about getting rid of him?
Other people are too risky. They know what they've got right now, so stick with it.
Yeah. Considering he got, and really, Raikkonen should have a bit of a fucking hatred for Ferrari after they just outed him.
Yeah, well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe the money, he likes money.
Money is pretty good. And I think Raikkonen's one of those people that's just like, just keep paying me and I'll just keep being here. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were dicking me.
I'll take $18 million from Ferrari to have a
And
year
really,
off.
yeah, I know. It's not like he didn't get paid for his year
or
off.
euros or whatever that was.
He's like, oh, you're going to pay me 18,000 euro and I'm just going to go race rally car for 2 years? All right.
Fair enough.
And then I can come back and race Formula One and still be good? All right, cool.
Yeah. And what other standouts from the year have you got, mate?
The rise of Max.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to take away from.
I've got something to weigh in there too, but I think Saints hasn't been given...
Nah, Saints has lost out to the credit.
Yeah, because
Max.
he was equal pretty much on points, equal pretty much on qualifying, and he's just straight out speed was really good compared to Max. Yet no one's really talking about where's Saints going.
Yeah, I can see Saints leaving Red Bull. If he's only signed another 1 or 2 years and there's a space that opens up somewhere else, I can see another team wanting to grab him. And then I can see him going, well, really, Red Bull's tied up for a while. Unless, Ricciardo gets an offer from Ferrari or something, I can't see...
I think Red Bull's got him there as a bit of a safety because I think Ricciardo's got appeal. People want him.
He's marketable too.
But I think everyone wants Max. And I honestly could see Max, if Red Bull aren't quick next year, I can see him tearing that contract up and paying whatever it is to leave, making whoever wants him pay that to leave. So that would be, maybe it's a safety. He's a safety net for them.
I don't know. This is just, we're falling back into that speculation corner at the moment.
Of course. It was interesting, but frustrating at the same time. I don't know about you. I was getting angry, sitting there going, Hamilton, stop it. Stop being dirty. Be a gentleman.
It's all I can take away from
Stand
the race.
up. Be the English gentleman like so many English gentlemen have been before.
I thought the English were polite.
Yeah, obviously not. I understand it's a world title, and everyone might disagree with me, but I just feel like it was too far.
Nah, man, you're not in the minute. There's a poll over on Speed Cafe asking, was Hamilton's move, bad sportsmanship, him holding him up, or was he within his right mind to back Nico up, to back him up into the oncoming traffic, or are you not sure on it? 61.26% of people said no, there was unsportsmanship-like. So
there you go.
It's all right. We're in the majority.
Cool.
We can bash. There's a few days of the year that we can get away with Hamilton bashing because we're with the masses. No, but seriously, Hamilton, you did a pretty good fight. You get that new record now: 10 race wins and no championship in a season.
Is that a good record?
It's his. He has it.
It's true.
So no one can take that away from him unless someone wins 11 and doesn't win.
Well, that could be it.
Something interesting and some other random news.
Yes, mate.
Before 1994, no German had won the World Drivers' Championship.
Until 1994, did you say?
Yep. And since 1994, they've won 53% of them.
Wowee.
Only three people. Schumacher, Vettel, and Rosberg.
That's huge.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm just surprised there was such a big gap. Like, they took till 94 to get a German driver.
Yeah. That's
Considering
crazy.
they do most of the racing over in Europe.
Yeah, it's very English dominated in the beginning.
Oh, and you still look at it. You go over the last 20 years, it's predominantly English drivers that have, there's never been a shortage of them.
No.
Because you look now, we've got a shortage of Italian drivers. We haven't had an Italian driver in the field for a while.
Yeah, when was the last Italian driver? I can't remember.
Truly?
Oh, yeah.
Truly, wasn't he Italian?
Yep.
Yeah. But so it's still a while ago, but yeah, it's been a long time. And I was just when I saw the stats about 50, took till 94 to get a German world driver, German champion. And then since 94, 53% of the titles have fallen to German drivers. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is very crazy.
Do we have much more on the Nico side of the show, or
not really?
It's good to see his wife there.
Yeah,
she got involved. She was on the radio, and it was really nice to see Nico going, we did it.
Yeah.
We won. Because the races that Nico didn't win, he's coming home and she's there to support him.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a very much a team thing. And another thing I noticed, there's some photos, I haven't found them at the moment, but Nico's missus got absolutely sprayed with champagne. And I think Nico got too.
Yeah.
They got done. But then there was a photo Mercedes AMG put up on Twitter when it's like, when your husband wins the World Drivers' Championship and you don't have a change of clothes, and there's Nico's wife in a race suit with the full undergarment,
Yeah.
the fire retardant,
Fireproof
longs.
underwear. Yeah.
You need that, mate.
I wonder how hot it was over there too. It's probably not the most comfortable thing to wear.
For a country that's banned alcohol, I think they drank a lot.
Yeah, is it only Bahrain that's alcohol's illegal? Because they were
There was
talking about
definitely water in the champagne glasses. Champagne on the
Was there?
photo. I haven't seen the video, but the photos that I've seen look very
Yeah,
not
because it was
bubbly.
still bubbly. They were spraying it. But
Well,
Ricardo was talking about having cocktails and stuff like that.
I think you're allowed to drink in the hotels and like on the boats because
Okay.
when Jenson Button crashed out,
Yeah, I think he was drunk.
well, he's like, I'm going to go find a cold beer.
Yeah.
I don't know all the videos that I've seen of Rosberg, if he's drunk or just euphorically happy or
Yeah,
both.
it's probably hard to discern, isn't it, really?
But talking about drunk, I showed you some photos. Mate. World driver champions know how to celebrate a race win.
Why not? Get on it.
So the photos I'll show, and I'll link them in the show notes, was the 2003 celebrations that Michael Schumacher did in Suzuka.
Yeah, that would look pretty off the chain, didn't it?
My Schumacher looked so drunk that everyone else had to sort of like try and be sober. There's photos of them. Well, Schumacher's in his brother's Toyota shirt. I'm like, you probably won't see that this day and age. Or a driver's like, yeah, no, give us the other team.
Yeah.
Like a Ferrari must have been like, yeah, no worries, take off your Ferrari shirt, Michael. Put on the Toyota shirt.
Yeah.
Then they've got the fridge half out the window or something smashed around.
Yeah.
Schumacher's standing there, his shirt unbuttoned with a big cigar in his face. And then there's another photo of him and about 5 other guys on a forklift.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how to party.
Yeah.
I guess it's a long season. You might as well. I guess it's good to wait to the end of the season to do it, not midway through.
Well, the boys, they basically have to build it up all year because they wouldn't be drinking too much in between races these days.
No, well,
So-
they can't. They've got nothing on them left.
Yeah, so it wouldn't take much for them to get wrecked at the end of the year.
Well,
Couple of beers and they'll be spent.
Yeah. But, they deserved it. They've had a long year. 21 races, mate. The thing
That's
about
actually-
these race wins, people are going to start racking up huge race win numbers
Yeah,
now.
I agree with you. It's like the older Senna talk with Hamilton. I kind of sit there and go, yeah, but if Senna was racing 21 races a year, he'd be bloody have 100 wins
Exactly.
and 100 poles. Like, it feels like it's unjust.
Well, you look back in the 70s when you had maybe 10 races a year.
Yeah. It just feels completely unjust.
But it's no different than, I think, with V8 supercars as well.
Yeah, I agree with you there as well. Talking about the amount of races in a year, there's talk that maybe even Singapore might be getting cut as well.
And Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysia's been talking
German.
for a while, and Germany is already come out and said they will not have a race next year.
Malaysia's said 2018 no more.
Yep.
Singapore is pretty much along the same lines. I think Singapore's achieved what they wanted.
Yeah, they're on the map.
The Singapore went out to get the Formula One, to put them on the map, to be a tourist destination, and to be like, look at us, look at this big city of ours. People know Singapore now.
Yeah,
I think
just feel
their
it's a
investments-
shame.
It is a shame because I do like the race, but I
It's
can
one of the
see
best
that
races of the year for me.
Singapore's like, well, they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars into it. Their return on investment is not going to be as great anymore.
Oh, I agree with you. I understand why they don't want to. It's just gonna break my heart if it leaves.
Yeah, well my more like, and I mean, not Malaysia's my favorite, but I'm cheap. Malaysia's cheap. Cheap race made in heaven, and I still haven't gone to it.
Yeah, well, you better go over there next year because you might not get to
I know I
see
won't get
another
another one. All right, put pennies away. Between that and the Bathurst 12-hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I wouldn't mind going and seeing next year.
Yep, I'm just going to take a year off work.
Yeah. And win the lotto.
And win the lotto. Everything's got to line up. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either. I don't see my stars aligning.
All right. Quickly jumping over to the V8 supercars, we got a few little driver movements.
Yeah, Dale Woods signed on with Erebus. That's
Betty must have run out of money.
yeah, that's
Why else would you take him?
I wouldn't take him.
And look, Dale, you're not listening, but if you are, hi. Seriously, like, is she that broke that she needs his money to race? Or why a 2-year deal? That's the part that I can't wrap my head around.
Well, it's just weird. I thought Betty was trying to build the team up again, not take on pay drivers. You know what I mean? Like, I know she had one this year, but it doesn't feel right.
Like, she must really write into the contract. No, you got to pay for the upgrades on your car this time and actually do it. And
yeah, because it just doesn't feel right because I don't know.
he can't crash in. Dale Wood can't crash into his boss anymore on the track. Well, if
that's
he
one
does,
positive.
He's
just got an attitude problem sometimes, and I don't know if I want that in my team, especially because, fair enough, you take an attitude problem when you got someone like Hamilton or Vettel. They're fast.
Yeah.
They're going to win you a championship.
Dale
Wood is the slowest Nissan driver out there. He doesn't have, in my eyes, he doesn't have a spot, really. He shouldn't have a spot.
I know. And I mean, if they came out as a 1-year deal, I'm like, all right, makes sense. We just needed a driver who had some backing for 12 months. Let us build our team.
Yeah, let us get back into car development and yada, yada, yada.
But the 2-year, I normally say people smarter than us make these decisions, but not that day.
Yeah, I disagree with the decision myself as well.
Another one. This is not a movement. More drivers staying. I think Todd and Rick.
Yep, both signed on.
Surprise, staying at their own race team.
Yeah, I was really thinking they were going to move to Walkinshaw, but
I thought there was the opening up. There's not the Walkin. No, I don't know whether maybe Lucas Dumbrell,
BJR.
No,
that's full now as well.
You think this is Todd's? We've discussed Todd's
I don't want to speculate on it anymore. The last 3 years I thought were Todd's last year, so I honestly, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just thought Todd's really getting into the mechanics of running the business really well now. He's starting to do quite a good job at it. I thought maybe he'd step back and just focus on that and enjoy that. But he's obviously enjoying his driving still.
Unfortunately, he had that really good round in Darwin, and he's like, I can still do it. I
told you guys.
Still up the front.
Well, you never know. He might have sponsors that want to pay him only. I think he's got this.
Yeah, I think he has. Well, he's got the car sales backing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he's not exactly slow. He's still there. He's still up with all the other Nissans on his day.
Yeah, he's there and thereabouts.
When he's got an off day, he can be a bit off. I definitely think 3 years, he's definitely got to have to step out. I think this is probably one of his last years.
Agreed. I don't know how much longer he'll be there, but my view is this will be one of the last.
Jason Bright has had some other movement.
Yeah, a bit of speculation where he'll actually finally be going since he announced that he was leaving BJR and had nowhere to go.
And he's taking his license with him, and now he's apparently going to take that over to ProDrive. He's going back to ProDrive.
Yeah. Because it's probably not a bad idea. They got a good car.
Yeah. And, he has been there before.
He wanted a Triple A car.
He started Bright Tech Motorsport and then left them and went to ProDrive for 2 years.
Yeah.
Then went to Brad Jones Racing.
Yeah.
I think it's the smart move on ProDrive? No. I think it's an odd.
They're paying. He'll be paying.
He'll be paying to drive, but what's going with Super Black? Super Black folded.
No, that's a weird thing. The owner of Super Black passed away this year.
Yeah.
But I thought they were still signed on for next year, so they might have a 5-car team. So I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know. I just haven't seen any confirmation with Super Black, and I swear I read somewhere saying that Super Black might not go ahead now with Bright taking over
Yeah.
in that position. Nothing's come out. We've still got another week before a week, 3 days, 3 hours, and 1 minute, according to Speed Cafe, as we record before the cars hit the track in Sydney. Hopefully, something might come out before then. And if we do, I'll post it to our Facebook. But at the meantime, Bright's Pro Drive. And first time in a long time that next season there will not be a Team BOC car.
Yeah, that's big.
That's now the second or third longest serving major sponsor
Yeah.
in the category. They're still going to sponsor BJR, just not in the
Not
a title, not a naming rights.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard year, I reckon, for BJR next year. So fingers crossed, everything still goes together for them. They get some good sponsors.
GRM and Volvo have their talks early next month.
Yes, I can't wait to hear what the outcome is.
I think they'll race Volvos, and then there's something that I saw, but I didn't link it to our Facebook and Kia. What do you think of Kias, mate?
You were letting me know about this earlier.
Yeah, Kia, or the managing director of Kia Australia, has confirmed they are in talks with a race team and Supercar, Virgin Australia Supercar Championship, about a possible entry into the 2018 grid.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what's going on with GRM, and possibly we were talking as well earlier with BJR as well, with Holden coming out and saying if you want a Holden chassis come 2018, you know where to buy them.
Yeah.
888 is the only place to buy them, and you're not allowed to build your own.
Yeah, so for people that aren't aware, currently BJR build their own Commodores, Walkinshaw build their own Commodores, 888 build their own Commodores, and that's it. But now, from 2018 onwards, if you want a Commodore or a Holden, because Commodore won't exist, if you want a Holden to race into the supercars, you have to buy a 888 one.
Yes.
So you get teams like BJR and Gary Rogers that like to build their own cars.
Yeah, it gives them their advantage. Their cars are different.
So
where do they
can
go?
you see? I can see Brad moving away.
I
from
can too.
Holden.
Yep. I think Holden have really pushed them into a corner where they'll either, well, obviously they have to move away or they have to get the 888 car, and I don't know if they'll like that position. So,
do you think this is a smart move by Kia, because they're going to be bringing? They are.
I think it's
meant to be
smart move.
releasing in late 2017 a big high-powered rear-wheel drive sports sedan.
I think Volvo proved that having a car in the field helps sell cars.
Didn't for Nissan. Well, Nissan did. They didn't sell many Altimas.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's just having your brand name out there in general. Like, people are thinking about you. So I think it works better for maybe not a mainstream. So Nissan probably, it didn't work as well for them because they're already pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
But
for
someone,
Volvo,
like an Audi or a Chrysler or someone like that to come through, they're not a mainstream car already. It puts them in
like
there.
a BMW would be good.
Agreed.
In there, because I mean, like, people aren't going to go out and buy the BMW that's racing, but it puts the idea of buying a BMW in their head.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
And then you too can have an overpriced European car that costs forever to service.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, not too much more to talk about really with V8s.
Not in the V8s. Well, yeah, obviously the championship still hasn't changed. Shane's still going to win this.
Yeah.
I really can't see it. The one that I was losing sleep over happened. Didn't happen. Like, Rosberg won, and very, very happy.
Yeah, good on him. Chin up, mate. Stop listening to all the freaking haters out there.
Oh, yeah. We watched the press conference, and everyone was like, Hamilton, it's not your fault you lost. I'm like, why is no one talking that Rosberg won it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick of that. So, good on you, Rosberg. Done a great job. Everyone did a great job. Hamilton did a good job controlling the last 4 races. Did everything he could. But, yeah, Rosberg overall got the most points. Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yep.
All right.
Fingers crossed for next year. Let's go, Ricardo.
Let's go, Ricardo. So we'll see everyone. I think this is a nice short one again for this week. See you all next week.
Yeah.
After the Sydney 500. This last one at Sydney.
Yeah,
You going to miss Sydney?
Not really.
Yeah, no, I thought so. Same here.
I'm looking forward to Newcastle next year, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, over and out from me.
No worries. Well, if you don't know where to find us, we're at breakinglate.com, or you can hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/breakinglate. Shoot us an email at breakinglate@gmail.com, or you can click the little button on our Facebook page.
All right.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcasting app and leave a review if you can. That will help us out greatly.
Immensely.
No worries. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Catch ya.
Catch ya. Bye.